What are the differences between the vegetarian and the vegan? I was not very clear about these two concepts because of two reasons. First, I myself is not vegetarian. And the second is because in the translation of these two words in Chinese, they're the same, identical. And you can see this translation even you cannot read the Chinese, but you see they're the same. But they're a different translation in other language. For example, in French, vegetarian and vegetarian. Even though they look like the faux amis, the false friends, but they are different. So later I had to use the Wikipedia to find a better explanation for the vegan and found that a better translation which literally means the pure vegetable eater. So now let's find out what are the difference of this a regular vegetarian versus a pure vegetarian. According to the Vegetarian Society, vegetarian are people who do not eat the products or byproducts of animal slaughters. So typically the vegetarian do not consume meat such as beef, pork, game, including the feathered game like quail, wild duck, or furred game, hare, the poultry, the chicken, turkey, and duck, fish, shellfish like lobster, shrimp, mussel, clam, oyster, insects, rennet, gelatin, and other types of animal protein, stock or fats and derived from the animal slaughter. And however, vegetarians do consume byproducts and do not involve the slaughter of the animal. This includes the eggs, dairy products such as milk, cheese, and yogurt, honey. Vegetarians typically consume a range of vegetable, fruits, nuts, seeds, grain, and pulses, as well as meat substitutes that derive from these food types. So vegetarianism is generally less strict than veganism. So there are several well-known variations of vegetarian diet that includes the lacto-ovo-vegetarian. For the people who follow this diet, avoid all type of the meat, fish, but do consume the dairy and the products and egg. And the lacto-vegetarian. People on this diet do not eat any meat, fish, or eggs, but do consume the dairy products. Ovo-vegetarian. Individuals following this diet do not eat any meat, fish, or dairy products, but do consume eggs. And pescatarian, these who follow this diet avoid all meats except fish and other type of the seafood. However, this does not meet the traditional definition of vegetarianism, and many people refer this pescatarian diet as being semi-vegetarian or flexitarian. So veganism is a stricter form of vegetarianism. Vegans avoid consume or using any animal products or byproducts. The Vegan Society defines veganism as a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible to practicable all forms of exploitation of cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Vegans strictly avoid consuming any foods or beverage that contains meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, eggs, dairy, honey, insects, rennet, gelatin, and other types of animal protein, stock, fats that derived from the animal. Strict vegan also extended this principle beyond their diet and will try, where possible, to avoid any product that directly or indirectly involves the human use of animals. These products can include leather goods, silk, wool, soaps, candles, and other products that contains animal fats, or the products that manufacturers test on the animals. So, finally, let's compare these two diets. Both diets encourage people to eat more antioxidant-rich and nutrition-dense whole wheat food, and they offer similar health benefits, including lower cholesterol levels, improving the blood pressure and blood flow, better blood sugar controls, lower risk of atherosclerosis, reduced oxidative stress and inflammation, and both diets have advantage and disadvantage. For example, unlike the vegan, lacto-vegetarian get calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D from dairy products. However, avoiding dairy and eggs may help vegans keep their cholesterol level low. Vegans are also at risk for an essential omega-3 fatty acid deficiency, specifically in EPA and DHA. Even if they consume the plant sources of these nutrients, DHA is necessary for the brain function and cognition and to avoid the brain fog, memory difficulty, and more. Vegetarian and pescatarian can obtain EPA and DHA more easily from eggs and seafood. However, plant-based diet is not the panacea to guarantee the good health. For example, the plant-based food do not naturally contain vitamin B12. Vegans and vegetarians can get vitamin B12 from fortified foods such as the breakfast cereal. So it is very important to balance the nutrition both for the vegetarian and the vegans to ensure that they have the healthy food and to meet all their nutrition requirements. So in my opinion, the balanced diet is the ultimate game changer.